Hello, Falcons. Welcome back. This is our newest edition of the Falcons Weekly Announcements. As always, I am Mr. Tobin coming to you live from Radiator Springs, as you can see. Actually, I am live from my basement, and I have some weekly announcements for you. Our first announcement this week is that your work has been posted on our Weebly. We have lots of cool things that have gone up. We are going to do a quick tutorial of the Weebly site just because we've had some parents who have been having a little bit of issues both accessing the Weebly site and navigating. So I will share my screen with you momentarily, and we will go through a quick tutorial on the Weebly site for all of you. All right, so here you can see this is our Weebly page. You can see here in the corner, I have highlighted for you our Weebly address, foresthillsfalcons.weebly.com. It is relatively easy to find. You simply put in that into your address bar. If you Google Forest Hills Weebly, you may get taken to a different Weebly page. So please pay very close attention to foresthillsfalcons.weebly.com. You can see here that we have our tabs for all of our different grade levels. Under the More tab, we have grade 8, Wellness, ESL, where we would find our second language options for our second language learners. Under our Wellness tab, you can see that we have several activities. We have things like wellness, music newsletters, fun with art. We have our fitness and phys ed activities as well. So there's lots to do on our Weebly page. Simply click home to go back and access the home screen. Down below, you can find that we will put some other key information. With any luck, Mr. Cameron's going to upload our new Falcons Quest for this week. Our Falcons Quest is just a little weekly challenge for all of our students K-8 to participate in some spirit activities at home. We have our next virtual wellness week. This week is scheduled for an academic week. So our Falcons Quest for this week is going to be based on academics, both for the elementary and middle school ends. You can see we have posted a copy of the Falcons Quest here, and I will also go through it and make sure that there's a copy posted on our website. On Monday, our theme for Monday is Math Monday. So you can grab some chalk, head out to the driveway, and you can start practicing your math facts on the driveway with your sidewalk chalk. On Tuesday, it is Tunes for Tuesday. So grab some instruments, grab some pots and pans, grab anything you can use to make a beat and practice making music on Tuesday. On Wednesday, it is our Climb and Read Wednesday. So we want you to grab your favorite book, climb that tree in the yard to a safe height, I might add. Go find a nice tall rock, a jungle gym, your bunk bed, anywheres where you can climb and spend some time reading. Thursday is Make a Map Thursday. We're going to ask you to grab some paper, grab a pencil, and start creating a treasure map. Then I want you to challenge your family and friends to see if anyone can solve your treasure map. Use local landmarks, use some things in the yard, try to make it as accurate as possible. And finally, on Friday, it is Family Science Night. We're asking you to find some safe science experiments that you can do at home with local household materials. Participate with your family and see what kind of science experiments you guys can come up with. Also, one thing that we want to mention to our middle school students especially is that any photo that we receive may be used in the production of our yearbook, which is still currently underway. So if you want a chance to be in our yearbook, you have a great opportunity to do so by sending pictures into Mr. Tobin. You can either send them to me on email, via Twitter, with the hashtag FHS Spirit Week, or you can easily send them to your homeroom teacher and they can forward them to me as well. Okay, Falcons, let's get to it. Hey, Falcons, it is birthday time, but before we get into our birthdays at Forest Hills, we wanted to acknowledge some of the work that Miss Oblinas and her kindergarten class have done this school year. They participated in a group known as the Birthday Box Campaign. And the Birthday Box Campaign is a way for students and classes to sponsor a child who maybe couldn't afford to have a nice birthday in a different part of Canada. Miss Oblinas' class was actually able to sponsor 2 children, and those 2 children are Lucas and Ashlyn. Lucas and Ashlyn's pictures will be not over there. They're going to be over here. So I'm going to post those pictures, and basically they were able to send Lucas and Ashlyn a couple of boxes full of little party gifts and decorations and things like that to help make their birthdays a little bit better for those particular families. Also, happy birthday to everyone in our building who is celebrating this week. This very handsome man beside me is Ludwig van Beethoven. Now, Mr. Gauguin has been putting a series of weekly composers out for his music classes, and this week's composer is Mr. Beethoven. Mr. Beethoven was born in 1770 in Germany. He died in 1827, and one of the coolest things about Ludwig van Beethoven is the fact that by the age of 46, he had been diagnosed as being completely deaf. So can you imagine being deaf and being one of the greatest composers in the world? I know that Mrs. Tobin sometimes blames me for being completely deaf, and that is only partially true. Okay, guys, last week we had our first ever Falcons Quest Virtual Spirit Week. We had a few of our students who have submitted their photos. We put those together in a quick little snippet video, and here it is. Falcons, it is our trivia time. First off, though, we want to make sure that we recognize all the students who were able to successfully answer last week's trivia question. Last week's trivia question was, who were our special guest teachers doing the sign-off for the weekly announcements? The students who got those answers correct were Daniela and Mila McDonald, London Estabrooks, Savannah, Isaiah, and Avery McCann, and Lauren Vanden Heuvel. Great job to all of you for getting our teacher participants that week. This week's trivia question, it should be a pretty easy one. Trivia question for this week is, besides my basement, where were our morning announcements coming from? There was a very famous location that I have used in my background. Where are we coming from? You can send your trivia answers to me via email, christopher.tobin@nbed.nb.ca. You can always send your teachers an email and they can forward the information on to me, or you can send it to me on Twitter at Forest Hills PE. I will get all of those responses. Hopefully, we will have some more winners next week. All right, Falcons, that's it for today. We want to please make sure we are having an amazing week. We did have some of our restrictions lifted, so we are able to do some more important things with our families. We can go out to certain public places like to the beaches and to the parks. We can make sure that we are outside and active. If you have a bubble family that you are going to be hanging around with, please make sure that that bubble family is someone that is trusted and safe. We have some special guest teachers again today to help us with our sign-off. Lastly, before I say farewell for this week, please do your best if you are speaking to your bubble families or other people in the community that have not heard about our weekly announcements or our Weebly site or our YouTube channel. Please make sure to spread the word. We want to make sure that all of our Falcon families are looked after. We want to make sure all of our Falcon families are given accurate information. So please be sure to check us out on the Weebly page, foresthillsfalcons.weebly.com. Our YouTube channel is Forest Hills Falcons. We do have 2 Twitter accounts, at Forest Hills SJ, my personal Twitter account at Forest Hills PE. Your homeroom teachers will continue to make contact with you guys at home. We are all starting to gravitate a little bit towards our teams pages. For those of you that understand what that means, there will be more information coming out later on in the coming weeks for the remainder of the students who have not used their teams yet. But if you have, please, you can feel free to reach out with those teams. For now, signing off, this is Mr. Tobin. Have a great week, Falcons.
Be respectful.
Be responsible.
Stella says be safe.
Hey Falcons, be kind.